Hey everybody, and welcome to the Blu-ray Hunter. I am the Blu-ray Hunter, Jonathan Moody, and I have a special guest with me tonight.
How's it going?
Because we are doing a Criterion haul that I have. And normally I do this stuff by myself, but I figured, why not do it here in the Indie Film Cafe studio with our Indie Film Cafe shirts? Because I don't have a Blu-ray Hunter shirt yet. I'm gonna have to get one.
It's all right. We'll get them, and they'll be collector's items.
Maybe at some point.
Although you can notice, someone's missing a monkey.
I know, I'm missing a monkey. He's mad. All right, anyway, we are moving on to talk about Criterion.
Yes.
If you don't know what Criterion is, then you're not much of a movie lover.
Shame on you, indeed.
My brother didn't know what one was.
Wow.
So he's asking me about it. But basically, the best way to kind of describe them, they were a company back in the, I believe, 80s that started in the 80s, and then they kind of like really big on like Laserdisc. And they do like special features and stuff for like movie buffs. And so there's
Restorations, too.
restorations. So like, you know, these are like kind of like the creme de la creme of movies and stuff like that. So I chose some movies and kind of get into them a little bit. But the first one that we're going to do in alphabetical order. So first one I got was Badlands.
Oh, I love that movie. That is the movie I fell in love with Sissy Spacek.
She's adorable in this. I just watched it recently for the second time because I watched it a long time ago when it was on VHS.
Terrence Malick.
Yeah, he was great. Great director
movie.
and wonderful. The theme song sounded very much like True Romance.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really good. I loved it. All right.
Great movie.
Well, True Romance, I guess, sounded like Badlands, or whatever. So anyway, moving on. Blood Simple.
Yay!
Joel
Another
and
great
Ethan
movie.
Cohen's first movie. I think that was Terrence Malick's first movie, and this is Joel and Ethan Cohen's first movie. Very, very classic film. I'm going to be getting a little bit more into them later on another episode where I actually review them. I'm going to try to start reviewing them this week and next week and stuff. So anyway, next is Brian De Palma's Blowout.
Blowout, okay.
Yeah, John Travolta and this is
It's a remake, right? It's a remake of an Italian film.
Speaking of Sissy Spacek and stuff, this is done by Brian De Palma, who did Carrie, and it's got both John Travolta and Nancy Allen, who later on is like most famous for being in RoboCop.
Right.
So, yeah. All right. So, after that is Bottle Rocket. Which I'm not a huge Wes Anderson fan. In fact, I generally hate his stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's very pretentious. Just don't find him very funny. But Bottle Rocket and Rushmore are two of my favorite movies of his. So I like that movie. I just rewatched it and I laughed my butt off. And I watched this for the first time. It's called Downhill Racer.
I don't think I know that one.
It's got Robert Redford, Gene Hackman, directed by Michael Ritchie. Basically, this is a really, really, really good movie. It's like a sports movie without being technically a sports movie. It's like really, it's like a character piece.
And some folks might be surprised to find out we do actually watch good movies from time to time.
Yeah. Speaking of, well, this gets a really bad rap, but Heaven's Gate.
Oh, yeah.
This is a movie that apparently got panned, I guess, in the...
It's a bit of a disaster.
Yeah, it was kind of a disaster, but I'm,
It's one of those movies
to see
that
it.
It's a disaster, and yet there are so many great elements that are within the movie. If you have the patience for it, it's actually a very, very good film. It's just a shame. Like, for example, I know they had issues with the wind, and it was blowing dust all over the place, so you can't see half of what's going on. If they didn't have that, it would have been a very different situation.
I mean, yeah, you gotta do with what you work with.
Right.
Nowadays they can digitally erase that shit. So,
Classic.
The Killing, Stanley Kubrick film. Basically, what's kind of cool about this Criterion is it also includes Killer Kiss, which is the second movie that Kubrick ever did. This, I believe, is the third or fourth. I'm not sure. I've looked it up on IMDb, but there's like some of them are like right next to each other, and you never know which one's actually the first or second or whatever. So,
Yeah,
anyway,
it's a classic film, and Kubrick is the man.
I haven't seen it yet. Some of these movies I have not seen yet. In fact, the problem is I'm buying too many of them at once, and I'm just not being able to watch all of them. I'm trying.
We have that problem.
Yeah, so I'm trying to watch them all because I really want to.
Good movie.
Last Temptation of Christ, Martin Scorsese film. I watched some of this with my dad because my dad actually went to Morocco, so he saw.
Nice.
He wanted to see some of the places, and he didn't recognize any place yet. So, and we only watched like 40 minutes of the 2 hours and 40-minute movie.
That's great. I'd love to see what the extras are in there.
Oh well, they have audio commentary with
that's
Martin
nice.
Scorsese, Willem Dafoe, Paul Schrader, and Jamie
Willem
Cox.
Dafoe gives a tour de force performance in that film. He really does.
Yeah, they have galleries, production stills. They have an interview with composer Peter Gabriel, and they have a location production footage, which is kind of just behind the scenes with like a video diary.
My only tiny little thing with that is, even though I love Harvey Keitel, I thought he was a little miscast for that film personally.
As Judas, yeah, he is. Yeah. I honestly, I mean, I could hear his voice, but I didn't like him that well and that much in it. But
Mean
you know,
Streets
from what I've
Company.
seen, you know, but like that, you know, Martin Scorsese put that dude on the map. So there you go. Medium Cool.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
My friend Rick from Down to Movie was looking in his one of his places that he goes and shops for Blu-rays and stuff, and came across this and said he knew I was looking for Criterions, and he was like, I can get you this for like $13. Would you like it? You know, or whatever. Not included with postage. So I was like, sure. So it's like, so most.
Seen that since college.
I've never seen it yet. It looks like it might be fun. What a lot of people don't know right now, maybe, or people should know that are checking this out. Barnes & Noble are having a 50% off sale for all Criterion.
Sweet,
So,
let's go.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been going pretty much every weekend, buying some. I got like 5 last week, 2 the week before, you know, that kind of thing. So
God, we could even bring Just Jen along, and she could expand her Justin Bieber collection.
I don't think Justin Bieber is in, well, not a Criterion. Sorry. Not yet. All right, so My Own Private Idaho with Gus Van Sant's movie. I just watched this for the first time today, right before I came here. Such a strange movie. It's based on Henry IV, Part 1, and it is kind of weird and different, but I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was a really good movie. Yeah.
That is exceptional.
Yes. So the next one, The Night of the Hunter. My friend Victoria and I watched this last Sunday, and we were just shocked at how good it was.
Robert Mitchum is amazing. I have that Criterion version.
Oh, do you?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's on Blu-ray or on?
Well, not on Blu-ray, on DVD.
It looks amazing. It's just just the shots and just the restoration they did on it. Just looks great. All right, Alfred Hitchcock's Rebecca.
I've actually never seen that.
Rebecca is Laurence Olivier and Joan Fontaine, and apparently Joan Fontaine wasn't the first one in like everybody's mind. Laurence Olivier wanted his wife or whatever to play the part, and Hitchcock. I don't know why they ended up going with Joan, but they went with Joan, and apparently she got mistreated badly on that set because of. Like everybody kind of didn't want, you know, whatever. But
sucks.
she did a great job because her character was kind of like that. Her character was not wanted, so it kind of went with everything, I guess, and it worked to her advantage. But this movie did not. She didn't win an Oscar that year for it, but she did win the next year for Suspicion, which I think she did a better performance in this one than Suspicion. I feel like Suspicion
I'll have
was
to check that out.
okay, but Rebecca, she did a great job.
Oh, look at you!
I know.
That's
Seven
like
Samurai.
Arguably the greatest movie of all time.
A lot of people say that, like it's in AFI's like top 10 or top of the 100,
brilliant.
I believe. So if it's not, it should be probably because it's always viewed as one of the best movies of all time. I've not seen it yet. It's over 3 hours.
Oh my God!
It's over 3 hours long. It's gonna take me a while before I think it's 207 minutes long. It's almost 4 hours.
But it doesn't feel like it. It really
Or
doesn't.
maybe it is 4 hours. I don't know. It's a long movie, so I will see it eventually. I just have to
You could see
have
it
to
right
make some
here.
time. I could if it, maybe we'll do a good movie
That would be
night.
awesome.
We'll do a good movie night and watch maybe we'll get some people to come over here and watch that. So Straw Dogs, which I watched like 30 minutes of, and trust me, it wasn't because I didn't like it that I stopped. It's literally because I've been so busy doing like a million things. I thought I had time and I didn't. But I was really enjoying it. Dustin Hoffman was amazing in it, and so was Susan George. I've never seen anything else that I know of, but wonderful, wonderful movie. All right, this movie I'd never seen until I watched it
Great
this
movie.
thing. Time Bandits. This is amazing. If you have not seen this film, please go check it out. It is hilarious and weird and fun, and I mean, it felt like Monty Python, which is, I mean, directed by Terry Gilliam and starring Michael Palin and which I didn't recognize Michael Palin, but I recognized John Cleese as Robin Hood.
David Warner's in there, and a number of different
Sean
folks.
Connery.
Sean Connery.
It was great.
My favorite line is there where he has Napoleon. He's like, "It's what I like to see: little things hitting each other."
It was great. It's just so funny, and I was not. I didn't know what to expect because I didn't look into it. I didn't see. All I knew is that time travel is like the big thing, so I wasn't sure what was the case or whatever. I knew that they were going to go to different places. I knew Robin Hood was involved. I knew that kind of thing, but I did not know much about it. And I thought the Robin Hood scene was probably my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Next with the Titanic scene, that was great. But there's a few, just amazing scenes. It was a great movie. Two Lane Blacktop. You ever heard of this?
That one.
It is Monty Hellman. It is a road comedy, or not road comedy, but a road movie. It's got James Taylor as the driver, Warren Oates is GTO, Laurie Bird is the girl, and Dennis Wilson is the mechanic. Dennis Wilson from the Beach Boys is acts in this movie. I'm excited to see it. I've not seen it. I'm thinking I'm going to see it tomorrow or so. Like, it's going to be this week that I'm going to watch it. It's something I've been, like, when I heard about it, I was like, I wanted to see it. And Criterion also, just to get into that, Criterion has a film channel on Roku called Filmstruck.
Right.
And it's got Criterion, it's got the Criterion channel, it's also got, what's that channel? TCM channel. So,
Oh yeah, Turner Classic Movies.
yeah, they're like favorites and stuff. So you can do that. $10 or $11 a month, you can watch pretty much a whole buttload of old movies.
And you get access to a whole Criterion collection, don't you?
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
That's like 900 movies. That'd be a pretty big collection
awful.
to even have. I mean, I think they're eventually going to license all of those or something. But right now, I mean, they're doing it by little by little. But I mean, it's still a really great. Like Seven Samurai is on there and stuff like
Well,
that.
it's great because they have movies that you're not going to really be able to get anywhere else, like Eyes Without a Face and some other kind of stuff. You're never going to see that anywhere other than the Criterion version. So.
Yeah, so there you go. So, Two Lane Blacktop. I'm really excited to check that out. All right, two more. This is it. It's the last of my haul. I had like I think 18 movies in this. So I mean, it's a pretty good deal. And then on the next time that we meet up, I'm gonna be doing the last haul of that time because hopefully I'll have 7 more is the plan. So to show you guys. So hopefully we'll have more. But Videodrome. This is kind of a classic. What's kind of cool about it? What does that look like to you?
Wow, looks like a turntable.
No, but like, doesn't it look like a tape to you?
Yeah.
It looks like a Betamax tape to me.
Yeah.
I don't know, old school Betamax. I think the DVD version looks like a VHS. So it's because it's bigger.
That's cool.
All right, and then last but not least, Virgin Suicides.
I like Sofia Coppola a lot.
I don't see. Oh,
She's underrated.
okay.
I think so.
He likes Wes Anderson and Sofia Coppola, and those
I
are the
do.
2 people I'm not a fan of. I like Sophia at times. Like, I want to see the Marie Antoinette movie. I have it on DVD, just never watched.
It's good. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I liked it.
And Virgin Suicides is great. I
Yeah,
just
it's a good
rewatched
movie.
it. I'd seen it before. This is her first film before, like, Lost in Translation.
Right.
And Lost in Translation, I hate. Absolutely hate. I love Scarlett
Really?
Johansson. Love her to death. But just hate that movie.
Huh.
I think it's just obnoxious and boring. But, that doesn't mean,
I liked it, and she blew me away. And the thing is, most people think of her as, the chick who was in Godfather Part 3, which kind of tanked. And a lot of people said it tanked because of her acting, and I don't know if that's necessarily true, but
I don't think one person can bring a whole movie down.
right. But I did not
Especially
expect,
since she's not the lead.
right. I did not expect that level of quality from her very first film. I mean, I was very impressed.
Well, I mean, you have to think about her dad's, Francis Ford Coppola. She's been on sets. She's probably learned a lot just from him. He produced it, which meant that he probably gave her some help at times when she was kind of struggling. I mean, if you think about Francis Ford Coppola, he did Apocalypse Now, which is one of the had one of the most horrifying sets and stuff. I think people died on that set and stuff.
Right.
So I mean, if you think about that, he's struggled with that. So if he can struggle with that, he can struggle helping produce.
Oh, I know, but she could have very easily Tommy Wiseau'd that, but she did not. She did a very good job.
She did a great job. So that was it for my Criterion collection. So I mean, I there's too many. I'm not even go back through them all, but you saw all of them. If you like some of those, just comment and let us know which ones you got. Also, I'll be back. I'll finish up that. There are 4 half-off sales that go on throughout the whole year. So in February and September, October-ish, because I don't think there's a set time in September or October. It's either one or the other, and you have to find out that around that day, they'll probably announce it. But Criterion will do a flash sale, so for 24 hours you get it half off.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to save up by then or whatever if you want to get a bunch of them.
You can do that, and then you don't have to worry about shipping. Just go to the store and get them.
Oh no, Criterion do it, so they ship it to you. So that is the problem, is you have to probably pay for shipping or whatever. I don't know, maybe you don't, so don't quote me on that. The other thing is on July and so this month and let's see, was it November? They do a half off, and so I'm wondering if that half off also includes with the Black Friday sales too. So I think, from what I've understood, it does. So the half off even gets even cheaper probably.
Great.
With that. So
load up on your
November.
Criterion collection.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. My plan is to get 25, to start with, build the collection, and then hopefully by next year I have 100.
Okay.
I mean, and I've got a list already of things I want to get. So, and as you notice, a lot of these only are one-time things, one actor only in that, except for. Funny thing is, for both of these, star James Woods.
Oh yeah.
So, different performances.
Maybe we'll have to do a Criterion podcast.
Maybe at some point or something. I don't know. Right now, I'm totally busy, so we'll see what's going on. But so thank you guys. Be sure to give a like. Big thumbs up. Also, hit the notification bell if you want to get. Make sure you guys get more stuff whenever I upload stuff. You can see it. And subscribe to the channel. Let us know what you think and everything like that. So thank you guys for checking this out. Bye.
Bye.